up?
Hey Will, how are you?
How's it going? Nice to
Hey,
meet you.
nice meeting you, Will. How are you today?
Doing great. Thanks for having us, man.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Gabe.
Howdy. There we go. What's up?
Hey man,
Testing out the
yeah,
new setup. Hello.
how are you?
Good, I'm good.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, guys, how was your day so far?
Pretty good.
Will?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Pretty
Been
good.
a
Yeah.
chill
I mean,
day.
yeah, Will and I we generally stay up pretty late. So we have a funny story about that last night. But
True.
like, yeah, today's been pretty, resourceful. I cleaned my room, so my room looks spotless right now. I've been working on some
Looks
music,
tight.
some, you know, gonna go to the gym later, do some other stuff. So just busy, just doing the regular stuff.
You know
Fantastic.
it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So, guys, on July 19th, I believe you released your new single, Not Sorry.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Man, we've been
So,
so pumped about it, so stoked about it.
so would
That's
you
for
like
sure.
to tell me a bit on the songwriting and the making of this new single?
Shoot, that one came
Go.
together pretty fun, pretty quick too. I
Pretty
remember
quick.
oh yeah, and that was actually Gabe's riff that he came up with that starts the song out, the main riff, the heavy introduction, and he got that thing going. We laid that down, and everything else just flowed. Like I mean, we tracked pretty much everything in about a day, and then John
Yeah.
came in, I think about a week later, and finished the vocals up on it. And but we love it, short and powerful, short and heavy, and I love the driving bass riff throughout it that Gabe came up with. It's sick. So.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah. One of the things I want to emphasize is like how everything that from like the next group of songs we're introducing, we're all written like a day per song. Like we'd get there 9 in the morning, work together, and then by like 8, 9, even 2 a.m. sometimes we'd be done. But we'd be happy and we'd come up with these different tracks, very different vibes. And same thing for Not Sorry. That one just
Mm,
instantly, it was awesome.
Just
yeah,
all came together.
Yeah.
awesome. And you also released a video to go along with the single. So would you like to tell me the making of this video and about this song in particular? What the song was focused on, any particular topic behind it?
Okay.
Yeah.
You can talk about the
Oh
video. I
man,
got the topic.
that's a really good question. The video came together. It was actually pretty similar to how the whole song came together. We got there the day of. What time we get there? Around like 3, and we filmed till
Mhm.
about 10 at night. And it was great because it was very spontaneous. It was like, hey, this area looks cool. We threw it together, got some cool shots, and then we would move on to the next location. And I believe we shot in 3 different rooms. We had that kind of red room and then the black kind of obsidian looking area. And then we did the rain room at the end, which was pretty cool.
Outside, yeah.
But yeah, but that I mean that was a really fun shoot. It was hot as heck.
Yeah. Oh
The
my God.
warehouse, there was no AC in it. I think it was about 105 degrees in there, but that made it fun, made it more action heavy. So
Yeah.
had a great
I'll
time
give
doing that for
credit.
sure.
I'll give credit where credit is due though, because we have like a team, Adam, and his
Oh yeah,
wife, and they definitely look after like a lot of the design and decisions. And then the guy who made the video, Mike, he's awesome. He's a
Michael
yeah, he's
Levine.
Michael Levine, he's insane. He's so good. He has like cameras on tracks and like they are so professional and his whole team is so professional. And then since Adam's wife helps out and she has this vision, so we just go there, we do our job, we play, we get ready, and it makes it easy for the whole thing to come together so quickly.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And the plan is to go single by single, or do you guys have plans to come up with a new album?
Oh, there's not really an ETA on the album specifically. It may be sooner, it may be later, most likely later. But
Yeah,
yeah, no, we'll definitely probably be on a single to single kind of release schedule coming up here soon and going into the new year. We got some fun surprises in store. Isn't that right, Gabe?
yeah, pretty much we're gonna follow the schedule, but we're gonna be on the fun schedule where it's every so often you hear a song and then after a month or two you're ready for the next one and boom we hit you with it and then boom we hit you with it and they're back to back. They're different, they're awesome. It's hard for me to like hype up our own stuff, but I'm really happy about it this time around.
Mhm.
So it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be really fun.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. And when is the next single coming out?
Ooh.
More or less, I think it's definitely know that it comes around. We'll be seeing something around the end of September, early October, something around there. We like to give the 2 month wait. It seems like that's almost industry standard for a lot of people. So we're definitely following that to a T. Especially since we have it already. We have it done and packaged. We just need to make sure that every song gets the attention and love it deserves, and then we move on to something else and see how the fans react.
100%. I'm excited about the next one.
Oh, I know,
Very
yeah.
excited.
We're very excited. That
Love
is
Not
definitely
Sorry to
the
death, but this is
yeah,
quite, this is
that's
a cool transition.
yeah.
Yes. And are you guys currently touring or any plans on big touring plans for the year?
As a matter of fact,
We
there's
may or
some.
may not be touring somewhere, not here and somewhere in the next few months. The plan
Kind
is
of
to have
that
us
end
be
of
global.
September.
Yeah, the Adam wants us to be global, and he will stop at nothing before he eats the world. So he's gonna send us, and he's gonna try to get us anywhere and everywhere. But we do have something that we can't say everything yet, but we have something we're gonna be touring, and then there's already looking for next year to have us do some shows around the U.S. for do some little things and whatnot. So we're definitely gonna be busy.
For sure.
Yeah.
We're
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 waiting.
excited.
We're hungry. We're ready to go out there
Excited
and play nonstop.
to travel thousands and thousands of miles, and you know,
That's
can't give away too much.
fantastic, fantastic. And would you like to tell me how Pistols of Dawn started and how you guys got together as a band?
Oh man, yeah. That's quite the we could write a book at this point with all that information. But it was really cool because I didn't join the band until around mid 2022. And I know the band originally got started back in 2015, and Adam, our drummer, was one of the absolute founding members. He kind of got the whole thing going again. And they started, and then I remember they had an original member who sadly passed away. I believe it was their original guitarist, named Mike. And so they took about 5 years off until 2020, and then they got back together and they're like, all right, we're going balls to the wall, heavy metal, let's go. We're gonna make this thing happen. So they started back in 2020. I think they released I want to say 3 singles and then the album Ascension. And then right around when Ascension came out was when I was able to join the band. And ever since then, it's just been rocking and rolling until 2023. About mid 2023 was when Jon and Gabe joined the band, the dynamic duo. And we've just been killing it ever since, having a blast. And we got the new album recorded, got some fun tours in plan, and we're just really excited with how it is. And Gabe, you can kind of tell him kind of
Yeah,
how
I mean,
you and Jon got into it around that
well,
period too.
yeah. So John and I are in this other progressive metal band down here in Miami, and we've been in the same band for about 8 years now, and we've done the scene. We know what's up. We have a good time. We've done an album and singles. We do the thing, and we just started trying to really post a lot online, and luckily we started getting traction. We started getting out there, and Adam, I think it was specifically Adam's wife, going through TikTok, found a video of John singing for one of our songs that we released, and she thought, whoa, this guy something special or something. So she tells Adam. Adam finds our email or finds his email somehow and gets in contact with John to try to talk about maybe having him fly up to Atlanta, audition, try something, maybe potentially come in on a tour. And John was stoked. He went to go do a few. I think he did just was it just one practice with you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just one
it was
practice
right
with
in
you
the
guys,
Yep,
and
right
then
before
the
a
band
tour.
fell apart.
Yes.
Yeah, right before a tour, you guys did a tour, and then
We
everything,
did the tour, and then some moves had to be made, and then Jon came back right back, and you came pretty much what, like a week after he did, or
yeah, you
two
guys
weeks.
so
Y'all came together.
yeah, I'm a guitarist
Yeah,
in the other band. I was not originally a bassist, but John tells me this band needs a guitarist and a bassist. I'm gonna ask blank, my friend, for guitar. Would you like to go for bass? And I was like, sign me up. I went to my friend's house, borrowed a bass, and then a week later, I was just pretending to be a bass player. Like, let's do this. You know, how hard can it be? And I fell in love with it. Been having a great time. I've been practicing all the time, but I mean, I'm just glad to be here. And we've been in this obvious, you know, transitionary period where we had the old music was already starting to get phased out. We now have 3 new members waiting to write music, and then, you know, we had to play a few shows, get used to each other, do a tour, write an album, and now we're just ready to start taking over, showing everything what we
100%.
got. Yeah.
The energy now too, like everybody's so in sync with each other. Everybody has such a good feel for how each other plays and our humor and everything. We bounce so many fun jokes off each other. But
Yeah.
but yeah, and all credit to Adam too. Our
Yeah.
drummer. He's I mean, he has spearheaded this whole thing since day one. Given everything he's got to push this thing to the limit, and we're here for the ride and here to assist in any way we can. But we've just been having a blast this past year, and I'm so
Yeah.
excited for, future potential tour, things we can't talk about, but so excited just for everything to come and everywhere to go. And I mean, the sky's the limit.
Yeah, I'll just piggyback on that. Adam is the captain. He runs this ship, and it's you know, it's funny. Most people hear like, oh, bands shouldn't have a captain, but there always is one of the guys who's just more in charge, who answers the emails, who talks to stage managers, whatever. Adam is just that guy who it's different. He
He
runs
is that
this ship
guy.
like an org. Yeah, he's that guy, and yeah, respect. And yeah, he'll do it. So I know he'd love to be here. So and tell the story of how he created this baby, but hopefully we did a good enough job.
And you guys also shared stage with Alter Bridge and Fozzy. So would you like to tell me the experience and how was it to be along with the bands like that?
Well,
Absolutely.
yeah, well, Will knows he's been on tour with Fozzy twice and Alter Bridge and Ugly Kid Joe and Wolfgang
Yep.
Van Halen. And so you've done more than I have. I've only done the one tour with
Hey,
Pistols, which was just
we're on with Fozzy though.
yeah, it was just Fozzy and then the Hot Damn. So you have more experience
Mhm.
with Alter Bridge, so you can talk about that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So that was my first tour ever, which was absolutely mind blowing to get to go out, with Mark Tremonti and Wolfgang Van Halen, and obviously I worship this guy back here, so to be able to go on tour with his son, a massive inspiration, and it was an unreal experience. And the biggest takeaway from that tour, that I had personally was not only how professional everyone was, but how gracious and kind everyone was. I mean, they welcomed us with open arms. Everybody was so kind and just so welcoming and so gracious on every level. They asked us, if we needed anything, to let them know. And it was awesome getting to meet all of Alter Bridge, the first day we got there. And so just to be on tour with those guys was something, only dreams are made of. So I was very blessed to be able to do that, as my first tour ever. And then the guys in Fozzy. I mean, same thing. You can tell them, Gabe, that they're class acts as well.
Those guys are that's it's funny that before you even said anything, the word is professional.
Mm.
They get everything done. They help like the first 2-3 days of our tour. Sometimes like the scheduling was a little difficult. It was hard for us to have our sound checks correctly. And obviously, the first act sometimes just gets the end of the worst of it. You gotta have to just deal with it. But we talked to them about it and they ended up scooching things around, fixing things up, and giving us the time. And we didn't have an issue for the rest of the tour. It was awesome. It felt like it's funny, you obviously I was my first tour and I'm very blessed for Adam and Pistols for having this experience, but you expect a little bit more chaos. And the chaos is basically was always what you'd expect, numbers and people and all the hurrah that always happens, but everything was contained, everything was controlled. These guys were awesome, and it was really cool to see it done well so that we could learn from people who do it the right way, and now we know what to expect going forward and the standards you need to have in some ways. And yeah, it was really cool.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree
Yeah.
more. Chris Jericho, what a guy.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Fantastic. And what is the big dream as a band?
Oh man. I
uh
think
I
to do everything.
Adam would just say as he always says, he's like, I just want to be the biggest band in the world. And everyone wants to go, aha, snicker. But I mean, hey, I like the courage to say that, just to reach for it, just be the
Absolutely.
biggest band in the world. And whatever that means to you, go for it. And I love the inspiration. I love creating music of any type. I was in a metal band, as I said. I make electronic music on the side. I've DJ'd before. I like music of all types. So I see this as an experience that I can create a different type of music I would never make on my own. But when we get together with Will's guitar playing and John's vocals and then Adam's drumming and like everything we put together, it creates something really cool and different. And we're also and I like how we're also eclectic. We like a lot of different music. So when some of our songs go in a different direction, we're open to it. So
Hmm.
I'm in for the experience and the trying to make follow with these guys just to see how far we go.
You put that really well. And I love the whole aspect of viewing ourselves as are each kind of superhero. And we're kind of the Avengers. We come together. We all have our skills and our and our traits, that make us us. And when we all come together, it's magic. I mean, that's the only way I can put it. We have a
Yeah.
blast, and all four of us are probably like the most different people that you could ever assemble together, just from our backgrounds and what we like to do and everything. But like you put us in a band and it's just like it was meant to be, which is
Yeah.
so cool. But yeah, great times.
Yeah.
And any highlight moments that you want to share with me today?
Wait, pardon, what was
Ooh.
that? Any what moments?
Any highlight moments for the band that you want to share with me today?
Hmm.
Ooh, that's a good question. There's
Uh,
about, I mean, for me, like right now, I would have to say just getting to release Not Sorry on the 19th.
sure.
That to have a track that the four of us assembled, we recorded together and that we put our hearts and souls into, to have a track like that finally come out, it really kind of signifies a new era for
Mhm.
us and
Yeah,
that
it's
we're a
it's
part of.
true. Yeah, because
And
I
that
mean,
was very, very humbling.
Mhm.
yeah, because him longer than I have too. Like we've been playing the old stuff, and I mean, I like the songs. I really do enjoy the old Pistol album, and
Hmm.
I think we've adopted it, and we've really learned to love it as our own, even if we didn't write it like as our own tracks. Especially since we re-recorded Fly and made our own version, and we love
Yep.
it. It's completely different when it's finally getting together to make it ours, and now I can show it to my friends and go like, no, this is the real stuff. And it's been absolutely fantastic. And the idea that we when we hear, oh, the next single's probably coming out late September, we're just like, yes. And they're like, and it's probably the really heavy one. And then Will and I are just like in the group chat like,
Let's
yeah, that's
go.
exactly what we want. That's what we
Yep.
want to hear. And like just seeing how the trajectory it all is and all come together is magical.
Beautiful.
Amen.
Yeah, even stuff like this, like I love the interviews and the little podcasts and just talking about this, and it's fun. I
Awesome, guy. Awesome. And speaking on the songwriting, do you guys focus on something on a specific topics, or is it just diverse, whatever comes to your mind, you just write the songs?
I think you
they
nailed it
say,
with the second description of how we of how we write the songs and kind of come up with the topics and stuff. I mean, it's very very in the moment. Like there were, I want to say there were two songs that we went into like with a topic in mind. One John went into. We had just watched and stay tuned for the next song that we drop. But we had watched, not to get into too much detail, we watched the movie Whiplash the night before we recorded this song, and the topic of the song is pretty in line
which
with
I
the song
couldn't
itself.
believe that John and Will had not watched. We had just finished the first 4 days of
True.
recording. We felt very like high about our like, wow, these are the first four, and now we're going to the next four, and it's gonna be great. We have a day. We finished early. We have a day to do whatever. What do you guys want to do? Have you ever seen a movie? Have you guys seen Whiplash? And no. And I'm like, are you guys musicians? Like, come on. There's not a lot of like Oscar musician bait movies. Like, let's watch this. And John and I have sometimes struggled with that like persistence and that chasing for years, especially as like a local band doing what we do. So yeah, we went into the next day with that exact kind of mentality, which was totally on purpose by me. I was whispering secrets into John's ear, like, wow, isn't
I
that
love
isn't
it.
that amazing? Haven't you related to that guy so much? And then we were in the studio the next day and I'm like, ah, you feeling inspired? So
Yep.
stuff like that. Sometimes it just comes together randomly. Like
Mhm.
one of the songs
It's
was
true.
just like a line sounded cool, and we were like, you know what? In none of our songs we don't show off. We don't kind of come off as like like braggy or like kind of like full of ourselves. And all of them, it's a little maybe energetic or vibey or dark. Let's do a different vibe. And sometimes we'll just try to chase it and try to like see what gets created following like this little bit that we
Mm.
started with.
Fantastic. Sounds cool. Sounds cool. And finally, any message that you have for the Crystals fan around the world?
Oh man. I just say hang on for the ride. Hang on for the
Yeah.
new tunes. We're very, I mean, not sorry, love it. It's amazing. Go listen to it right now because it's insane. But man, we got 7 more of those babies right now that we're excited to
Yeah.
drop.
Yeah. The
So
best thing I say is not sorry. Love it. But it's not even in my top. It's like not in my top 3. Like
wow,
it's
that's
yeah,
crazy to
I
think about.
love it. It's so good, but like I can't wait for the ones coming out soon. The next one is
Mhm.
awesome, fantastic. And then we have 2 in 2025 that are unreal. Some of the coolest songs I've ever heard. And I hate to say that coming from us, like we wrote it, like I don't want to seem full of ourselves, but it's so he wrote
They're
one of the
so cool.
best solos
They're so cool.
I've ever heard.
Oh,
Just
dude.
yeah.
We're
Wonderful.
so excited.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. So, Will and Gabe, I want to thank you both so much for giving me today this wonderful opportunity to have you on this interview. A real pleasure to meet you guys. And I want to thank you guys so much for putting up this awesome single, Not Sorry. Like a great song, amazing work behind the music, and totally mind blowing. So, thanks for the musical awesomeness that you guys have given over the years to us, and wishing you all the best and looking for the next single coming out real soon.
Thank
And
you so
Dude,
much.
hope to see you
thank you.
soon.
Thank you. Seriously. Thank you
Oh,
immensely.
no, yeah. Well, we'd love to do this again. You know, you've only talked to 2 of
Yep.
us. Adam's
We got to get the rest
Adam's
of the
a
guys on here.
Adam's a creature and John is a funny guy, so it'd be fun to come back and talk to you again.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, and have a great evening. But
Thanks so
Ah,
much.
you
You
too.
too.
Have a good one. Have a
Absolutely.
good night.
Thank you.
thank you. Bye bye.
See you
Bye.
guys. See you, Will.
See ya. See
Yeah.
ya.
Peace.